close some of these tabs. I think this still looks good to just keep running. There's not really any reason for me to close it. NQ looks like it's just gonna sell off. It tapped that VWAP. It tapped that overnight VWAP, and now it's selling. Holy. It's right at that 618 too. Jesus Christ. The zero accounts, I think they're solid. They're cheap. Like, they're cheap. The payouts, you can get up to, what, a 3K payout? It's a one-day pass. 40% consistency. Using 5 minutes. Am I adjusting stops on GC? I've already adjusted them. We have consumer confidence and Jolt, so it's higher. It's high impact. NQ, I would look for. I mean, this could get all the way down to 24 500s if this really wants to sell. But I would look for. I would wait for the IB, honestly, to give you guys more accurate targets. Am I still doing 75 hard? Yeah, I'm posting it. I've been posting it every day. If you go to the 75 hard channel, I post it every day. I've been in the gym every single day. Doesn't mean I'm working out every day, but like I'm at least in the gym. I know some people might be like, oh, well, that's not an actual 75 hard, but like I'm just trying to build a level of consistency. In the gym looking at patties. Nah, bro, I'm still in love with my ex. Y'all already know. Okay. We are seeing some sellers at that VWAP. This is also, like, if I'm looking at this leg, it's right near that 0.5. I'm just gonna hold it. Do I try to sauna every day? Um, I don't do it every day, but I do it like 4 or 5 times a week. Jolts is BS? No, Jolts is not. Consumer confidence, that to me is a BS report, but like it can move the market. Jolt is not though. Yeah, there's a lot today. U.S. government potential shutdown at midnight. Is there consistency needed to pass a combine on Top Step? Yes. On this Tradify account, no. You can pass it one day. That's why my target's at 9K, and it's not at. Like this should even be like 970. I would target these London highs though. 3888. Yeah, on Top Step it's 50%, so the most you can make is 1500. The news is gonna be GC all-time high. It could, but it could also cause GC to dump. And are you talking about XFA or a combine? Combine? Yeah. So like, you're already up 1500. This is your first combine with Top Step? No, just 150. You can go up to 1500. Right, so you can make up to 1500 on a combine. But you don't need to pass it in 2 days. Okay. This is news candle. We'll see what happens. Not a crazy candle. In the YouTube chat, why are you long? I'm long based off. There's a couple things. So we hit this value area low. Pre-market, we bounced out of it. We sustained above this lower VWAP band. We have so the first 15 minutes of London on GC typically double breaks, right? So 77.5% of the time we do a double break on the London 15-minute orb. So we have our orb low, orb high on London. We only broke the low. So I want to lean towards that high. We also didn't sweep true day in London, which we typically do. That stat is going to be right here. Right, on Tuesdays, 74% of the time we come back up to that true day from 3 to 11 a.m. And the last bit is we're right at a fib level. This bounced out of the 618 on a higher time frame. So there's like what, 5 confluences there. I got in before we got above this VWAP band. I was risking like what, 980 initially, but yeah, so there's multiple. Yeah, your context was off, Plasma. One break even, one L, plus 190 with 2 micros. Yeah, once I get back into XFA on Top Step, I'm just going to trade 2 micros. You wanted to go deeper to 827. When this bounced up here and then you built this base, you should have accepted, okay, like this probably isn't going to go lower. Like if you look at my commentary from last night, right, where's my initial commentary? Here. For gold, I think we see continued upside. The area I'm watching is 38.35, 38.40 for a long position. Okay. Then I'm looking at this. I'm reanalyzing it. Okay, we bounced right off POC. Bounced off that 0.5. Now I'm open to longs in this 50s region. Right? Starting to see a push, needs to hold above. Right? So, like, you don't need to... You might analyze... You might have a analysis of a specific zone that you want to get long in, but doesn't mean you... Like, you're going to have more information come in as the market continues to trade. You might need to adjust the area that you're looking at to get long. Yeah, I think that's a good level that you have, Plasma. It's just my area for this entry. It was just this. I entered off this value area low and the 618. Once this got above this VWAP, this lower VWAP band, and it sustained, then I was more confident in it, and I was already leaning towards longs because of the London highs. Also, if you're looking back here, we tapped right into these previous all-time highs, right, from like this area. Like that's, like we tapped right into there. Yeah, this is continuing to push. This looks good. And we're getting all these buyers step in. I like this a lot. Where can we re-enter, like before it pumped? Okay. If you missed that first entry, right? I can try and enter in this consolidation. I can enter when it tests this lower VWAP band again. I can enter here as well. So it gave me two additional attempts to re-enter, and then off this news candle, it just gave me a third. So there's different. We're pushing above that VWAP too. I'd see if we reject here or if we continue up. All this is low volume above us. So once this gets above this value area high, this should just rip right through it. That's what I'd like to see. Can you draw the fib for gold as if you were looking to get in? Where would the pivot point start? Yeah, so if I'm looking at this right now, so there's 2 fibs I would take. There's actually 3. So you could take one on this downside leg, right? Let me draw this on this chart. So there's this one you could draw on the downside leg, right? I just don't know if this is going to be valid or not because we haven't tested this at all. During London, we just sold through all of this. So like there hasn't been a test of this fib yet. So I don't know if this is going to be valid or not. The other one I would draw is this one. And this pivot point has been valid multiple times. You see how this comes up here, bounces off the 618? Okay, it's valid. Right, that gives me validation of that pivot point. As we continue up, right, we haven't really validated this again. But we come down to the 618, taps it again. Okay, now going forward, this pivot point's valid. if I want to draw a new pivot point, right, on maybe a lower time frame, where am I going to draw it? So if I'm taking this, I would draw it from here to here, right? It taps that 0.5 and then runs. Or I could take this one from here to here, right? It just depends on what time frame you're looking at. This one I would prefer. This one I prefer because it's like right before pre-market. It's also right near where we open, if you're using a lower time frame fib. DPAL, don't be upset, bro. There's going to be another trade, right? And dude, you just took a payout. You already made back all the money that you took from that payout. Like, dude, you've been trading for 5 months and you've already taken a payout. Like, you're doing well, bro. Don't force it. Plasma. I don't know, like, I was kind of confused. I like longs and shorts because we sold off in London like crazy, but we had high time frame bias longs for gold. I would lean more towards your high time frame bias, bro. Yeah, I mean, with fibs, Alexander, since it's a tool, you can draw them from anywhere. I'm gonna adjust this stop up. I was thinking because we bought it very fast after. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. What are growth accounts? They're on Tradeify. So it's 1 day pass. They have consistency rules once you get in the funded. This looks good. There's no slowdown of buyers. I think it's a little too late, Alize. Like, this gave us a couple opportunities to get in. This gave us this retest. It gave us this retest here. It gave us this retest here. So, I mean, you could get in with small size. Uranus, that looks good, bro. Set a limit order. Or don't set. Actually, yeah, just do a market when we get up to that 88, that 888 level. But yeah. The only like, if we came back to VWAP and retested this, we're above this value area high and we're just ripping through it. All this low volume should just get ripped through. Like, all of this up here. We shouldn't really slow down. Potential rejection at this upper VWAP band, but like my TPs before that. So Uranus, I would take another one off at 3880s, and then just leave that last one as a runner. This is a crazy trade, bro. This is a crazy fucking gold trade, bro. With 2 minis? 2 minis? Yeah. This is for a 1-day pass too, bro. I think this calls for Sabrina Carpenter, bro. I might get copyright claimed on YouTube. I might get copyright claimed for the music I'm playing right now, even. I gotta pause it. NQ looks like dumpy. NQ looks dumpy. GC looks bumpy. Uranus, just bring your stop up. If you're feeling that, like Uranus, where's your stop at? Killer Posse? No, that's crazy, bro. That's actually crazy. Your stop's at 853. Bring it up to 838.66. I would bring it up to 38.66 if you want to like make sure you're getting your profit in, bro. You've already locked up 1,500. Lock up some more, bro. If you want to be conservative, then yeah, have it at 56. SPA coming back? I think it's just gold's cleaner, bro. You're short on NQ. It's pretty choppy, but you have a pretty good entry for shorts. If this candle, like, this is why I kind of stopped trading, because this is fucking bullshit in here. This is 786 on London. GC? Yeah, but I just don't know if that fib is valid because we never came back and tested it. There's potential there, but it's never tested. That level. So. NQ is gay, I'm switching. Bro, I've been trying to tell y'all. I'm gonna try to tell y'all, gold is the wave, bro. Gold is the wave. Gold all night and day. Yeah, it trades cleanly at night. It trades cleanly during the day too. Do I anchor? Okay, my VWAP's always anchored at 6 p.m. Eastern. The session profiles, it's going to depend. Right. We'll go over that on Wednesday, Jacob. I'll go over it again. If you rewatch the volume class from last time, it's in there, but I'll go over it again. In it. I think gold also just really fits my trading style. Like the momentum on it is always super fucking clean, dude. Yeah, if I was trading NQ, bro, I'd be ripping my fucking hair out right now. I'm not gonna lie. Good setup for the IB. On Spencer, are you talking about GC or NQ or what? Should I be trying my stop loss? If this was a funded, yeah, but since it's an eval, I'm just going to leave it. Yeah, Jacob, I just have an indicator that does it. It's just that VWAP auto-anchored indicator. This is not slowing down. Also, we're getting selling up here, and we're not moving lower. So, I think this just rips TP. Yeah, I'd be losing my mind if I was trading NQ right now, bro. Yeah, you can. You can, Milo. You can manage your risk settings. It's the three dots in the right-hand corner. And then it should be under, like, trade settings or something. Let me check what it says exactly. Yeah, so if you're on mobile, you hit the three dots in the right hand corner, you go under trading, and then you go to risk settings. You can modify everything from there. JP, what's your stop typically? Usually just swing lows. Yeah, I typically give it like anywhere from like a 2 to 5 point stop. Like if I'm in here, like I got in here, my stop was down here, right at this base where we previously. So I got in off this candle, off this candle here. So my stop was initially like this. Right, it was like there. I think it was on the body of this. But yeah, it's I would say use not necessarily swings, but I like it when there's structure like this where we based out here, we do a retest into that base, and then we start to move away from it. If I get in here, I'm putting it like right where that base is. You could set it below if you want to be like a little bit more conservative. I don't necessarily use swing lows, swing highs. Is this XFA recoverable? Definitely. Apollo, just use smaller size, bro. It's about to be a hurricane where I live. Yikes. Yeah, Uranus, I think that's solid. I'd leave that last one. I'd put that last one like above 3,900. I would put that at like 3,920, bro. Like Uranus, if you really want to like see that bitch run, I'd put your last one like all the way up at 39.20, dude. Oh, GC. Yeah, I think it's still valid for like if you're trading the IB on it, but this could just continue to rip. Like, I don't really see this slowing down. Spencer. Ugh. Ratio RR 10-1. I initially had this at, like, my stop was initially down here. It was like right off this body. So 10-1. What am I doing after this? Yeah, I'm probably going to the gym, bro. I'm probably just going to the gym. I can feel the mojo's back, bro. I can feel it. Barton's back. Dude, if this edges my TP like that, ain't no way, GC, bro. Ain't no way. No, my TP's just based off passing the account. But if I was actually TPing, it would be like up here. I'd be looking for those London highs. I'm so glad I'm not trading this dog shit, bro. I'm so glad I'm not trading that dog shit fucking ticker anymore. It looks so fucking bad, bro. Like, what's your trade here? I guess you could short this above this VWAP at this, like, 618 fib. Market makers are watching your stream, edging your TP. Shit, I hope not, bro. This should just edge my TP. Just hold it, bro. It's fine. I think it's fine. I'm not worried. What markets would be correlated with gold? Silver's a correlation. Dixie's also a correlation. I just don't use either of those. I know some people do. God, NQ is terrible. Yeah, it's reacting right at that upper band. And that's the only thing I'm sketched about. It's right at that upper band. Right at London lows. Bro, are you for real? Are you for real, GC? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah, nice base hit, bro. Nice base hit, bro. Lover. I anchored the volume profile. Are you anchoring the volume profile? I anchor it. Confluences for new traders. VWAP, anchored VWAP with bands, and volume profile. And then add fibs in there. I mean, they're all, like, all the GC things that I think are relevant are in this sheet, right? You have access to that. K2. All of them are in here, so I just start to base it off of that. Yeah, pretty similar to NQ. It's pretty much the same system. You can use IB on it as well. It's just the IB for New York isn't always as clean. Like yesterday, this is just a really tiny IB, so it's kind of hard to find a trade in here. But it does respect the IB. It dips down to that 786 and then it moves up. So even this, like 49 to 59, it's a 10-point trade. And 10 points is solid on gold. Where can I find the sheet? It's for mentorship students, Alexander. I don't know if I can release it to the public because of Edgepool's TOS. But I go through the stats. So I mean, you could even screenshot stuff and go through it like that. Yeah, I can't leak all the sauce, bro. I can't leak all the sauce. That if you go to mentorship graduates, I posted it. It's right here. Under this channel. Screenshot the link. Oh, bro, I'm gonna have to make it private now. I'm gonna have to give individual access. Adrian, you're gonna make my life harder, bro. You're gonna make my life harder, bro. You're too smart, bro. Come on. You know, I had that thought even. I was like, someone could just take the link. I will privatize it if I need to, bro. I take shorts if it stalled out at value area high and then got below upper band and POC. I'd be open to it, right? But to me, this is sustaining this value area high. When I look at this, we're sustaining above this, so I don't want to lean towards the shorts. It's easier for me to take a long trade than it is for me to take a reversal short trade. Yeah, we don't need another week like that motherfucker trying to resell the course. Yeah, dude, that was crazy. And then he claimed it wasn't him. And I'm like, bro, I have 3 of your WAP profiles all listed under the same address with the same first and last name, bro. What do you mean it's not you? He's like, someone's impersonating me. I'm like, what do you mean, bro? What do you mean someone's impersonating you, bro? Oh, you're talking about 245? Yeah. At 245, yeah, once it starts to reject that value area high, it gets below that POC. Yeah, that's where you would look to take a short trade. Once it's below that upper view up band and that POC. Rob, you need 300 to pass your combine. I mean, if you need 300 to pass your combine, just wait for. I mean, you could take this with. You could try a long here with 5 micros. Just do a 1-to-1. Because with 5 micros, how much do you need? You need 6 points with 5 micros. You could just try a 1-to-1 here, bro. Rob, I'd just do 5 micros, bro. Just do a 1-to-1 here. Uranus, it's all good, bro. If you want to go sleep, dude. I mean, you made your money. Now you can go do whatever. I know you work, too. Like, you work hard, bro. You got 2 jobs. Take your fucking money, bro. Yeah, up 7,500. Fucking clean, dude. Ever hear back from Nels? Yeah, he's I think he's living in Ukraine now. Uranus, remember, you gotta flip micros so they don't close the account. Hey, fucks, yeah. Yeah, sleep tight, Uranus. NQ, it's bad. Oh my god. Yeah, that's terrible. You're done for the day? Yeah, I think that's valid, Prime. This, to me, this looks like it's building a base to continue running higher. I'm personally going to hold. Baron rate the trade. You know, based off the price action, I think the price action's dog shit, but, like, you can have a decent entry. Jacob, I used a different volume profile. So the volume profile I used is based off the entirety of this range. We tapped that value area low from not last night's Asia, but the night before that. So from Sunday open, we tapped that value area low. We bounced right out of it. And then I was looking at this. Once this retested here, this built a base here, came down, retested it. I got in on this candle. And then once it sustained above this upper VWAP band, I was like, cool. This is probably going to run. Yeah, no, that guy got kicked out a while ago. He got kicked out of the Discord. He got banned. How do you determine where to start the profile? So you can use sessions. I think that's valid. Using like overnight session or previous day's session. I prefer to use ranges. So like I'm anchoring this based off this range, right? The entirety of this range. Because where does price action line up with? Okay, it lines up with back here. I mean, I should even be starting the range like here, right? But it's the same. I just did it based off this Sunday open Asia session. Yeah, take that fucking W, bro. Daniel. It looks clean now. And like with how this is ranging, I just take your fucking money, bro. VWAPs on gold, it just anchors at 6 p.m. Eastern every single day. I just have this VWAP auto anchored indicator. So it just anchors at 6 p.m. every single day. I don't even use the New York VWAP on GC because the volume starts coming in before it. Six PM VWAP with upper and lower bands. Yeah. Philip, it's an eval. It's an eval, bro. It is a 10-to-1 trade, though. ES is retesting this 6,700 level again. It's really just Nvidia holding the fucking... Nvidia's holding the entire market up right now. Everything else is red and Nvidia's just holding everything up. I entered it before I got on live. And I can turn on the execution. I got on live at like 8:30. I took this at 7:25. So I got on live like right in here. Nvidia's worth more than a lot of countries, bro. Baron votes for himself. My TV stops getting edge. I'm pretty sure it runs. It should run through it. can use a Tradevate connection to look at gold's bookmap, not with a not with a not with a prop firm account. You need Comex data. So if you have a live Tradevate account, yes, you can, but with a prop firm account, no. You have to pay for Rhythmic. Rocky. Yeah, dude, that's why I stopped trading NQ and I just switched over to GC fully. I've tried trading NQ this week 3 times, and every time I've tried to trade it, I just keep losing on it. So I've just found much more consistency with gold. It's that time, Baron, your TP hits. I think it's about to hit. There's no reason for it not to. I don't see anything on the order flow or anything from candlestick chart either. Trump's about to say sell gold. Oh my god, bro, that would be soul crushing. Yeah, this looks pretty similar to not the same price action, but like back here where you get this nice expansion move in New York. Let me find. It's like this, but your London was reversed. Nikki, yeah, I would. You could either trail it to the low of the base, or you could trail it here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna trail it there. Am I using IB for GC? Not really. I mean, sometimes it does set up cleanly with New York. I know there's a different IB, like 820 to 920, but I've looked at the stats and it's not that nice. The standard IB is actually pretty solid on GC. Like, this is the standard IB, 930 to 8 or 930 to 1030. 60-minute by wick, right? So this isn't by candle close. You get a 78% hold rate, which is very clean. It's better than NQ's even. Like if I look at NQ by wick, it's 75%. And there's more double breaks. There's 20% double breaks on that. or GC. Where's GC? GC is 11% double breaks, so you're either not going to have a break or you're going to have a single break for the most part. Gold opens at 820, Rocky, from the COMEX. Like, it starts... That's when all the, like, algos are based off of. It's, like, 820, from what I've heard. From back in your days. Am I worried? It's not going to fit within the time frame to hit those London highs, but it's going to be, like, slightly outside of it if it hits. I'm not too worried on it. I'm just going to patiently hold it. If it stops me out, it's still a clean trade. And then I only need, what, 3K to pass it? One? Yeah. I think it is possible. I would use overnight VWAP. Spencer. Did Jaren forget about us? What do you mean? Why not just close it? Because I'm still fine with the trade, Philip. There's nothing in this that's told me to close. He don't tune in like he used to? Yeah, because he has his own Discord to run. Yeah, Nikki, change your tag from NQ to GC, bro. Did you get the potential high point for gold just now, as well as prediction from last night? So last night, the prediction for it to stall out up here, it's right before a big psych level, and whenever I've seen gold, like I've looked at the charts, whenever gold pushes like a psych level like 3,900, 3,800, 3,700, somewhere in there, you typically see a sell-off, like you see it stall out like 5 to 10 points before it gets up there. So that's kind of what I'm basing it off of, just like previous patterns. And then this TP is just passing the account. I would be TPing at these London highs, but this is also the upper band of VWAP. That's kind of why I'm not too worried about this like stalling out fully. It still looks good on the order flow. And your CVD's lower, and you're pushing highs, they should continue to push up. Dude, I hate fucking snipping tools sometimes. Okay, this just isn't gonna work. Okay, TP hit. TP banged. Dude, one fucking trade? 10 to 1? 10 to 1? Okay. Very solid trade. Yeah, no, I am pressing Windows Shift S. Okay. I'm gonna go for a walk, guys. I think GC still has legs to run. No, I'm live in Discord, Vettel. Alright. Good shit. Bro, that was a clean fucking trade. That was a clean fucking trade. Should I do a little dance? Do a little dancey dance? I'll do one next time. Naked dance? Nah, that's crazy, Rocky. That's crazy. That's out of pocket. 0 drawdown too? Yeah, there is no drawdown on that trade either. I didn't see a single bit of red on that trade. Alright, I will see you guys later. I am on Power Hour on Top Step TV, and then I'm on Slow Markets tonight as well. So, if you want to see my GC analysis tonight, tune in on Slow Markets, Top Step TV. I will see you guys later.